Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Go, go, go.
Folks, welcome back to another episode of The Fallen Badge. Today's episode is going to be the murder of Sergeant Patrick Sondron and Deputy Daryl Smallwood, Peach County Sheriff's Office, Georgia. Now, Sergeant Sondron, he was 41 years old. Now, he had 17 years of law enforcement experience. He had worked a little bit at Fort Valley and at the Byron Police Department before he joined Peach County. Now, he was an Air Force veteran. He had a wife, 3 kids, and his mom and daddy were still alive. Now, Deputy Smallwood, he was 39 years old. He had 14 years on the job. Now, he was a Marine Corps veteran, and he had a wife and 3 kids. Now, it's November 6, 2016. There's a 911 call comes into the Sheriff's Department, and the complainant's saying that some of her relatives were out riding a motorcycle and a 4-wheeler out on the road there. I guess that would have been Hardison Road. They said that the neighbor had stopped the 2 out there on the road and threatened to kill them, and he was armed at the time. Now, one of the 2 young men that were out there on the road, he was videoing with his phone, so he's got some footage and he's got the audio of this fella threatening to kill him. So, Sergeant Sondron and Deputy Smallwood, they get the call and they head out that way. And so they talk to the 2 victims and listen to the recording and watch the recording on the phone. Now, after they've done that, they drive across to the suspect's house. They pull up the long driveway and they stop. They get out. Now, this interaction between the 2 deputies and the suspect is all captured on the video from dash cams in the deputies' vehicles. And also, both deputies have got the little mics on their uniform, so it's picking up all the audio. So now they're talking to this fella about what was going on, and of course, he's not agreeing with them about him threatening anybody and all that. Now, if you pull up the video to watch it, you'll notice the suspect first comes out, he's got his hands in his front pockets. But as this conversation goes on, you'll see his right hand go from his front pocket to his back pocket. In fact, he's actually looks like he's hanging his thumb out that right rear pocket of his shorts, which he's telegraphing that there's going to be an issue. So after they've talked there for a few minutes, suspect's told that he's under arrest. And now I believe from the video it's Sergeant Sondron that reaches out to grab the suspect's left arm. Well, the suspect still got his hand back there by his back pocket. He pulls out a pistol and he shoots and kills both of the deputies. Now he goes in the house and he makes a phone call, leaves a message for his son that he's done killed 2 deputies, and he basically figures he's going to be killed in a few minutes. Now, the damnedest thing about this is his son is a sheriff's deputy in the great state of Georgia. It's just beyond me. It's bad enough you're going to take 2 human lives, but you're going to kill 2 law enforcement officers and your son's performing the same job. Well, anyways, he gets his rifle and vest and all this, and he runs out there and he takes cover there near the deputies' cars. Now, he gets pretty well early on in this, he gets shot when he's up around the front of the car. In fact, if you watch some of the video that actually has the audio with it, you can hear him when he gets hit. So he fires for a few minutes, and then he decides that he doesn't like being shot because it got him in the stomach area. So after he shoots a little bit, he throws the gun down and says he surrenders, he gives up. Now, luckily for him, the officers that made that scene did not reciprocate with the same actions that he did towards the 2 deputies that he executed. Those 2 deputies weren't allowed to scream uncle. So he's taken into custody. GBI comes out and they make the scene and they handle the shooting. And of course it's pretty well an open and shut case because they've got the audio and video of the original 2 counts of aggravated assault. And they got the video and the audio of the 2 murders, plus the multiple counts of aggravated assault or attempted murder against law enforcement officers that pulled up. Now, I had failed to mention that when the 2 deputies were shot and they went down and the suspect ran back in the house, the complainants that made the original call, they were standing at their property looking across the road there. And they saw the 2 deputies fall and they heard the gunshots. So they got back on the phone and called 911. And they're the ones that had made law enforcement aware that you better send some more officers because the first 2 are down. Now, this suspect had been a Navy veteran. He was actually an electrician. I don't understand how you just going about your business for 51 years and got your really nice house and everything's good to go, but you've been drinking beer all day and you're going to get out there on a public road and threaten to kill people. And then you're going to murder police officers. Now, his son had mentioned that him and his daddy had a pretty bad falling out years ago. And he said his daddy was very unpredictable. And he made mention of the fact that his daddy was consumed by anger and had a fiery temper. I can't imagine what anger he was consumed by that he would just step off the deep end like he did. Now, after they got the suspect in custody, they get the 2 deputies, they load them up, they take them to the hospital. Now, Sergeant Sondron, he dies there at the hospital. Now, Deputy Smallwood, he hangs on for 2 days, but he's bad hurt, so he's extremely critical, and he passes away on November the 8th. Now, they end up, so they can keep the family from having to suffer through a long death sentence trial. Suspect pleads guilty. He gets 2 sentences of life in prison without parole plus 100 years. so he won't be breathing free air again. I also need to mention that this was the first time that Peach County Sheriff's Office had lost a deputy in the line of duty. All this time, and then they lose two in a matter of seconds. Sergeant Patrick Michael Sondron. End of watch, November 6, 2016. Deputy Daryl Wayne Smallwood. End of watch, November 8th, 2016.